Hello, streamers. I am Kristen.
And I'm Kristina, and we're your hosts for Up Next.
We are actors and comedians and decided to put our binge watching to use.
And every other week, we'll highlight one genre but two movies or TV shows, one old and one new.
Plus, every episode will let you know what's hot and what's not on the countless streaming services.
So sit on that couch and dent and grab some popcorn to find out what to watch tonight from yours truly,
the gals of Up Next.
Yay! Woo! Oh my gosh. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it. I also can't believe that I didn't even take a breath to do that intro. I was running out of breath, so if anyone listens and...
It's okay. I usually cut out all your long breaths.
Well, this time I didn't take one, so joke's on you.
I'm leaving that.
How are you doing, Kristina? Obviously we hang out a lot, but how are you? And have you watched anything new this week?
I'm doing good. The restaurant workers, we're having a hard time, so you gotta make sure you're taking care of your service industry people, because it's rough out there. There's a lot of shortages when it comes to people and things, and just try to be patient. That goes across the board, at supermarkets, gas stations, doctor's office. It's hard out there right now, so
that
take care of your peeps.
Hell yeah. Very good information little segment. Get vaccinated if you haven't. If you have, still be safe. Wear your mask, y'all. It's hard out there. And yes, tip your servers. If you see Kristina, just give her $100.
Yeah, please. I have some student loans that need to be taken care of, and sadly, theater does not pay the bills.
Yeah. Not yet, at least. If you don't know, we're going to be famous. Have you watched anything new this week?
Absolutely. I've watched Sweet Tooth, obviously Suicide Squad. That might be it, I think. Yeah, so other than that, I don't think I watched anything else because I was a little busy, with my shuffleboard.
With your shuffleboard.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I watched the last Fear Street movie.
Oh my God, you did?
We did invite you.
Moving on. Sore subject.
What did you watch?
Oh, thank you for asking. I watched obviously Suicide Squad as well. But I also was watching, I love Schmigadoon. I've been keeping up with the new episodes each week. They're honestly so good. If you haven't watched Schmigadoon yet, please do. It's just super cute and funny. It's like a rom-com musical series, and I love it. Other than that, I was trying to watch White Lotus again because their characters are really good. So trying to get back into that. And I think that's all. I haven't really been able to watch TV just because we do shuffleboard a lot. So yeah, other than that, nothing really.
That sounds very exciting.
Wow. Okay. Well, then let's get into our icebreakers.
Well, I was gonna update them because I know they care so much about our shuffleboard league.
Oh my God! Please update them.
So we did win our division. So we're 4-0. Rat City's 4-0, but we did lose in the playoffs.
We did. So technically, we're 5-2 for the season. Yes. Which really is not that bad at all.
No, we started off our first season 0, 1, 0, nothing.
Yeah, 0-7, 0-7 was the final score.
Yeah, but now we have a golden tang.
We did. They gave us a golden tang. Shout out to Royal Palm Shuffleboard. If you're in the Chicagoland area, go to Royal Palms, give them your money, tip your bartenders, and then play some shuffleboard, guys. It's addicting and so much fun.
It really is. It's not just for old people.
It's not. It's for young, eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. And
come see us.
Couples, I guess.
We'll be there too, always.
We will be there, honestly.
Let's get into these icebreakers because I'm excited for some of these questions.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay. Well, I can start first.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, okay. Please, because I like your question.
Yeah, because I think I know what you're going to choose, and I'm really excited to see what you say.
Yeah.
So, would you rather be able to laugh or make people laugh for the rest of your life? You can only choose one.
That is literally hell to not be able to do one of those. So that's a really good question because I would literally rather die than not be able to laugh or make people laugh. Um, but honestly, the one that gives me the most serotonin is making people laugh. So I would be able to make people laugh because laughter is the best medicine for, I think, and it's the like most joy that you can feel, in my opinion, in my honest opinion. So I would rather have other people laugh than have myself to get that joy. I want to bring other people that joy. So that's my answer.
Wow. That's a really good question.
What's
I'm just
yours?
kidding.
It is a really good question.
But that's a really good answer though too.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I honestly would say I would rather make people laugh,
Mhm.
but it's for different reasons.
Oh.
Um, I I've always had this fear of not being funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always had this
Okay.
fear of not just like not being funny, and like I already don't laugh a lot. Like, so my partner and I, he's a funny guy to a lot of people, but like we don't laugh at each other's jokes like most of the time, which I think is also kind of funny. But we laugh at like the things that you probably wouldn't laugh at.
That's so funny.
And so I don't think it would really affect me that much because there's only a few people who really make me like die laugh. But I still
Yeah.
think it's funny. I just don't laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Um, but I would prefer to make other people laugh because I feel like I would still feel that joy inside.
That is so funny.
Yeah. I
That
laugh on
is
the inside already, so I don't care.
There's nothing worse than a person who laughs on the inside at your jokes. Like I would die.
So Kristen's one of the only people who can make me like die laugh.
That makes me very happy because I do laugh at everything too though. I'm very generous with my laughter. I'm just a smiley person most of the time
And this whole
and
time I just thought I was funny and but you just are generous with your
you
laughs.
are really funny though, but I also am very generous with my laughter. I just love to laugh. So, that's a really good question. You go, Christina.
Live, laugh, love.
Wow, live with love. Oh my god. My question is, which comedy genre would you be? So obviously, comedy. There's so many different aspects that you can be. So many different subgenres. So would you be a dark comedy, a horror comedy, a rom com? Which one?
Oh, dark comedy. I already knew
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like a dark sense of humor,
Yeah.
trauma life.
Trauma life.
Trauma life. Yeah, it'd be dark comedy
Oh.
because I've had a lot of really weird, unfortunate things happen to me.
Mhm.
But it just like, for instance, I went on a vacation recently and then I got food poisoning.
Yeah. That is
Yeah,
literally the worst thing ever.
in a hotel that has very thin walls.
Ugh. To not be home and to just have food poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Um,
worst.
so that's an example of my dark comedic life. So,
Yeah. Oh. Well, I think you'd be a really good dark comedy.
thank you.
Like
What
Knives
about
Out.
you?
I think that I truly like in my heart I would love to be a rom-com.
Oh,
Um
yes.
I would. Like I if I could choose a com, I would definitely be rom-com. But my life is definitely more like um I guess I don't know the subgenre. I guess just like hardcore dumb comedy, stupid comedy. Like I'm Borat. Um
Mm,
like really all weird, you know. I think that's who I generally am, but I would prefer to be a rom-com.
yeah.
What a twisted answer.
No, I could totally see like whenever I was thinking about this question when I saw it, I was like, I could totally see her as a rom-com.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hopeless romantic. I can't
Yeah,
help
and you're
it. I'm
adorable.
just a hopeless romantic. I just want a little romance. Okay, you know what? I'm already getting into what we're talking about today.
I
So,
know. I was already thinking about that too.
okay. Well, okay, so I think you know enough about us now, but if you don't, no fear because we'll be back at it next episode.
That being said, please, please, please just rate us on Apple Podcasts and submit a review. I'm not seeing those reviews, guys. Put an icebreaker out there. Ask us some questions that we want to know. And you can also just tell us how beautiful we are.
Yeah. And honestly, follow us on Instagram if you don't already. Just type in a comment, a question if you have one too, and we'll go over it in our icebreakers of the week. Isn't that cute? We're so quirky and fun. Wow. Well, with that being said, let's get into what's hot.
What's hot?
Hello, Brooks here with the Books with Brooks monthly book club podcast. We read one book a month and then we talk about it. Books like Stephen King's The Shining or Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. If you're on the hunt for book recommendations and enjoy sparkling conversation, come read along with us and then listen in.
You hit that this time.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding. You hit it every time, Kristina.
Obviously, first up is something we're all going to be talking about this week, Suicide Squad on HBO Max. More to come on that, but for now, it's hot.
So hot. Okay, so Love Island USA. New episodes are releasing weekly on Paramount Plus, and it was hot until they got rid of the only person there with a personality on that show. Now it's a no from me, love.
And Schmigadoon on Apple TV. The new episodes are out weekly, and it's super hot and super good.
Amazon Prime has got Val, which is a documentary following the life of actor Val Kilmer. Super hot if you're into documentaries, and if you're like me, it's a solid
Yeah, my boyfriend would definitely be like, do you want to watch this documentary later? Anyway, on Hulu, check out Reservation Dogs. It's a comedy series and it's so funny. All the buzz. Created by Taika Waititi and Sterling Harrow. So you know it's good.
I'm so excited to watch that, obviously. And Outer Banks is still trending on Netflix. It is all the rave right now. I honestly keep seeing it on YouTube and like everyone's watching it. For now, it's hot for everyone else, but for me, it's gonna be a no love again.
And now that you're up to date with what's hot and not, let's get over to that older pick of the week, which was released in 1995.
Oh, hell yeah. The
Wow.
older movie we're talking about this week is Mallrats.
Yeah, from 1995.
Ooh. It is 1 hour and 35 minutes.
And you can find this movie on Amazon Prime.
It is directed by none other than Kevin Smith.
And it is starring Kevin Smith, Jason Lee, Jeremy London, Shannon Daugherty, Ben Affleck, Joey Adams, and a lot more.
The budget for this film is actually $6.1 million.
And the description for this film on Amazon Prime describes it as Jason Lee, Shannon Daugherty, Ben Affleck take on the mall in this funny, crude, screamingly offensive comedy from director Kevin Smith.
Yes. That is an accurate that's an accurate description, honestly.
It really is. While watching this, could you just like give me 3 words that came to your mind when you watched this?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, I need to take the description from the Prime because it literally it's offensive, crude. And I would say all in all, it was just very chaotic. So chaotic. And I want to get into it really quick. Obviously,
Yes.
just gotta talk. I feel like the chaos from this film stems from, so if you ever take like any like writing class, they'll always tell you like, or just in general plot lines to any sort of anything you're watching, there'll be like plot A, plot B, plot C, and then the little subplots in between. I feel like they hit this like 3-point structure so hard that it was just like almost too chaotic. Like it wasn't, there was never a like an ease into all the different scenes, and like it was just so much. Like we have this one guy, in his entire character is just screaming at a picture because he can't see a boat, and everyone else who walks by can see the boat but he can't see it. That is his entire movie. That's him the entire movie. That's his only thing he does. Then it's just like a harsh cut back to Silent Bob and Jay, which, love them. They have their own like they just like made all these scenes and all these characters fit into a movie, and I honestly I did fuck with it. I'm not gonna lie. I did kind of like it. How did you feel?
Yeah. So I got not 30 minutes. I had 30 minutes left of this film and I decided to turn it off.
Oh my god, I almost did the same thing.
Cause yeah, I could not watch it any longer. It's
Yeah.
when they were kicked out of the mall.
Yep.
That was when I was like, God, what the fuck am I watching?
When like they were in handcuffs with the police.
Yes. And I was like,
Yeah.
what am I watching? Why? Why have I been told my entire life that this was such a good movie? Like Kevin Smith, this is like one of like my favorite movies.
Yeah. That's such
Excuse
a
me? This is your favorite movie? You must be boring as fuck.
Yep. That's such a good that's such a good point because I feel like this is like one of those movies that you have people who would say that this is their favorite movie, and that's because it's one of those movies obviously filmed in 1995 that or released I should say, that depicts how much you could get away with in a film before people were like, hey, this is actually kind of fucked up, like what the fuck are what is this?
It
So
I just like and like I understand Kevin Smith was really young when he wrote and made this film. You know, like
Mhm.
he was younger than us, and it was a different time and whatever. But it's just like God, some of it's
He's
just so triggering, and like
yes.
I had a hard time watching this movie without writing very aggressively on my notebook.
Let's like get into it a little bit. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
if if you had to choose one part, and I don't want to say like pick a favorite part, I guess what's the part that stuck out to you the most, whether it's bad or good?
Um, you know, for once, I will agree with the father who did not want that kid to date his daughter. I was like, yeah, because that guy's a fucking loser.
He is. And I feel like that's a big thing too. Obviously, just like women, I don't want to say women from back then to now, but like they're the standard of being like, hey, you have a sleazy boyfriend, but all guys are like that until
Mm-hmm.
now, and most people are like, bitch, know your worth, and like completely different. Um,
Yeah. Well, I think it also comes from like women feeling threatened by each other and not really feeling that they could be like supportive to one another.
mm-hmm,
And
yeah,
because I think that it's been ingrained for us so long. And then you see these women. I think the women in Mallrats too. Like they had these like moments of like, no, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
mm-hmm,
You know, like you don't owe me. I'm gonna
exactly,
do
yeah.
this.
The women in this were honestly portrayed kind of okay. Like they had their strong points, and if they stayed like that the entire time, then they would have been perfect. But you didn't see the end of the movie.
Yeah, I did not.
At the end of the movie,
Can I guess what happens?
yes, please,
They get back with their boyfriends.
yes, you got it. Yes,
I
they,
was like, I already know they're gonna get back with these assholes
yeah,
who
they
treated them like shit, who should have never even been with them in the first place.
exactly. These guys are just sleazy the entire time, and like the typical like just douchebag dudes. And in the end, they, you know, when like in those stupid movies like this where someone does a grand gesture, I'm holding up quotation marks when I say grand gesture, so
Oh, you
imagine
mean the
that.
bare minimum?
Exactly. And like because this guy, he had, so the boyfriend who was supposed to propose to her, he went on the dating show that she was in, and his grand gesture was him sitting up there saying, hey, I've been crying over you all day because you broke up with me today. Will you marry me? And that was her being like, you were crying over me,
Oh my
I'll marry
god.
you. That's literally what happened. She said, wow, you were pining over me, wow, you do care. Like, no, no. Oh my god.
That makes me so angry.
Yeah.
This movie was really like just really triggering for myself.
Yeah.
For somebody who's dated a lot of shitty like sleaze heads.
God.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
"Oh, I know
depict
that flag."
yeah, and honestly depicted very well. Okay, another thing that was so like so stupid. And I was like, why is this in the film? This girl who's like what, fifth, she's 15.
Yes. Oh my god, that's in my notebook. I was going to bring that up. Yes, please.
Like why? She's 15. They had this one character solely to say she's a 15-year-old schoolgirl. She's in high school. She's a
Mhm.
15-year-old like genius,
Trisha.
Trisha, and she's getting a publishing company to publish a book. She's going to be the youngest published author, and her book is all about like the libido of men.
Yeah, 15 versus like 25. Like,
And up.
how
Mm-hmm.
that, well, first off, illegal. Hello.
And, you know,
Second, her parents are okay with this too.
right? I
And
was so
the
shocked.
publishing company?
Yeah. Like, this is the stupidest. And I'm not gonna lie. Okay, no. I was about to go on a tangent. But this was
Well,
what?
no, I was gonna say, and she talks about how women want romance. I'm like, you're not
Yeah.
gonna find romance 15 versus 25.
No.
No,
25 guys are sleazeballs.
they are. And when you're that young too, you're in a different mindset
Oh, absolutely.
than a 25-year-old. And like the 25-year-old is not thinking about that.
No. And I just don't understand why. I get it. Kevin Smith, you know, he was like in a silly, goofy mood, and he said, "Okay, let's make this girl. She's 15, and she's gonna have sex with these guys." Like when they brought up her character and they started talking to her. First of all, it happened so abruptly. Like there was no like, there's no good scene work. This is not good writing by all means.
Mm-hmm.
But they bring her up abruptly, and then immediately they go into her entire backstory, which is she's having sex with these older men, and she's getting paid to have sex with these older men. She's actually getting paid $20,000 to have sex with these men in order to have a study on their sexual drive. And I was like, wait, am I listening to this right? Wait,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck is happening? I don't understand what went through his head for him to be like, this makes sense. This is a good plot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
It's
understand.
so
You don't
dumb.
know who also, and like I know Kevin Smith has talked about this too, but Harvey Weinstein is a person who produced this movie too.
Ugh.
I know.
Yikes.
And like when I think about that and I think about this film too, I'm like, God. And I know that he's been a part of other productions that were like really good and unfortunately had his name a part of it. But it's just like, especially that scene, knowing that scene and like knowing he's a part of it, I'm like,
It was
ah.
just oh no. It's just like it was just too much at certain points. It was sloppy. I will
Yeah.
say Ben Affleck was super hot in this.
Oh my God. Okay, there was this one part where he grabbed what's her face's butt going up the escalade. The escalator, do you know what I'm talking about?
The guy's ex-girlfriend, one of the guy's ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, Shannon Daughtry's character.
Yeah.
When she's going up there and he's like on her butt, I was like,
You said, "Ooh,
that was hot.
my turn."
I was like, he did a cup and a ooh,
And now he's
okay,
with J-Lo? Okay. Get it,
okay,
girl.
okay,
I
Batman.
I can only say that the description that Amazon Prime gives it is the best thing. Like it's funny, crude, and screamingly offensive.
Yeah. And like the whole reason that this movie was made was because of like Clerks and because they got
Mhm.
Shannon Daughtry. They were like, if you can get her, we'll do this movie. And like that's whenever she was in her prime, like
Yeah.
getting off of 90210. You know, later she'll be on like Charmed and well, not really Charmed, but yeah, Charmed for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I think one of them used to be like an ex skateboarder.
Damn. Oh, yes.
And so he wasn't even like an actor. He was
Yeah.
like out of his prime of skateboarding and he was like, I'm gonna act now. And you can tell.
Yeah. It's just not good. But it's also,
Yeah.
I can understand why people who have seen it back then would be like, oh my God, remember that funny movie? Because it probably was hilarious back then. But now, because we have evolved comedy completely, it's just not, it doesn't do it. I urge anyone who used to be their favorite movie or at one time was to rewatch it and be like, oh, wait, what did I like about this?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there was one quote that I really liked.
What?
When she's leaving bedroom of the guy like who didn't even introduce
yeah.
her to his mother, she says, I've always taken you with a grain of salt. And I was like, yes, queen. I wrote, yes, queen.
You said
Because,
yes.
like, that's so powerful to be
queen.
like, you know what? I never really believed in you or us anyway. So
Yeah.
we're good.
That is very true.
And then he's thinking about her all day long. And then she's like, with Ben Affleck
Yeah.
at the mall, like, I'm okay. I'm not crying over you.
Yes. Yeah. I think she had a really good character, I feel. She definitely
Yeah.
did. But of course, you know, it just gets to the part where because it's written by a man, he thinks, or I should say Kevin Smith, at a young age, that he
Who
obviously
has not
thinks,
yet experienced life as
yeah,
much.
who he thinks he can write these women as like powerful, but then they ultimately will submit to these stupid men.
I wrote in here, LOL, how to write women.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote on my notebook, was like, LOL.
Also, LOL at this guy just loved comics and Stan Lee so much that they had this like Stan Lee impersonator in the film.
No, that was Stan Lee.
That did not Was that really Stan Lee?
Stan Lee was in the movie,
That
yes.
didn't look anything like Stan
He's a
Lee.
lot younger.
Oh my, but he looks so much older.
Oh, well, maybe he just hasn't aged.
Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, so Stan Lee was in the film. So funny. It makes no sense. Like he just just so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a part where Stan Lee is in Spider-Man. I think it's Homecoming, and he's like on the bus and he's reading a Mallrats script.
Oh god. Oh
Yeah.
lord.
So I can't remember the crossover for that. Please don't come for me, people. Um,
Someone's like, I remember.
it was a lot, but I think the thing that hurt me the most
Hmm.
watching this movie, and this is gonna sound so bizarre, but the guy who was screaming at the painting, or the
Hmm.
picture, I was looking at him and I was like, what is going on with these
Oh my
stains on
god.
his shirt? They made no sense. And
I
coming
know.
from a wardrober, a costumer as myself, I was like, those stains do not make sense. Why? What's going on?
Yep.
What is this story?
Literally.
There's no story.
I 100%. I don't understand at all. I was absolutely looking at the same thing. I'm so glad that you caught it from a costuming perspective. I just caught it from like a what the fuck is why perspective.
But
Um
yeah, like if you caught that too, like what?
it was just too much. Like I don't know, it gave nothing. I mean, sure, it like made a little bit of his character. No, we could tell his character immediately because he's just screaming at a painting for an hour and a half. It's honestly just too much.
I'm okay just like rating it,
Yeah, let's just
honestly.
rate it because this film. Wait till you see what our next week's episode is. This film belongs in that.
I can't even put that in that category though because I love. Should we even say it?
No.
Okay, it's a surprise. I
Okay,
love the next category though. To
let's
be
rate
honest.
it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
say that I hated it, but I didn't hate it that much. But like so like I laughed at some points, but like very briefly, like for like a second, as in like what the fuck is happening kind of laugh. So I'm gonna rate it like a solid like 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say one?
I was gonna say like one.
Hmm.
I was like, that's really harsh.
No, that's not harsh. I would give it a 1, but I didn't turn it off. You turned it off.
I
So,
did. I turned it off. I give it a one.
yeah. Yeah.
I wish I could give it a 0, but Ben Affleck's in it.
And Ben Affleck was hot. Wow.
Oh, what's our rating on Ben Affleck? Hot.
Oh, yeah. 10.
Wow,
Plus 3.
that I think is the lowest rating we've ever had on the show.
It is. Ah!
Wow.
Kevin Smith, if you're listening, I do honestly do love you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think you're very funny, but I don't think that movie is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You've heard all we've had to say about Mallrats, so let's go over to what's trending on the hottest subscription services.
First up, we have Netflix's top 10, which we all know changes faster than my voice when I see a cute little baby puppy.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
At number 10 is Cocomelon. This show, guys.
Number 9 is The Losers, and oh my god, I do love this movie. And I watched it.
That is a new one. Number 8 is Top Secret UFO Projects Declassified, not Ned's Declassified.
And number 7, The Vault. Ugh, like another one? Come on.
Number 6 is Aftermath, and Kristina is watching this tonight.
I am. And number 5 is Cocaine Cowboys, The American Dream.
Cocaine, baby. Number 4 is Hit and Run, but me, I'll just hit and walk.
Number 3 is All American, but I prefer Ballers.
And number 2 is Outer Banks. How about no thanks? Next.
And coming in at number 1 is Vivo. At least we don't have to see Lin-Manuel act.
Love him. Some other trending TV shows and movies on Netflix right now are Atypical, which I did binge watch, Manifest, which I also binge watched, 30 Rock, okay, Fantastic Fungi, and All the Fear Streets.
I did watch those. And coming soon to Netflix, releasing August 11th, is Bake Squad. It's a Netflix series. And Misha and the Wolves, a Netflix documentary. And The Kissin' Booth 3. I know Kristen's excited for that.
I am.
Releasing August 12th is Arawabi, School for Girls. Lokilo, Nothing's the Same, a comedy special. And Monster Hunter, Legends of the Guild. It's an anime.
Ooh.
Releasing on August 13th is Beckett, brand new cherry flavor and Netflix series. And Fast and Furious Spy Racers Season 5. South Pacific, Gone for Good. The Kingdom, Valeria Season 2. Releasing August 15th is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Cinepie Season 1. And Winx Club Season 6. I can't believe they're on Season 6 already.
I know.
Releasing on August 16th is Walk of Shame. And August 17th is Go Go Corey Carson Season 5. It's a Netflix family and untold. Deal with the Devil, a Netflix documentary. And releasing August 18th is Memories of a Murder, the Nelson tapes.
I'm actually
That's
excited
a documentary.
That's going to be
That sounds
good.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were so on cue on that one.
Oh my god, we're the same. Okay.
Out of My League, Netflix film. And The Defeated, a Netflix series. And Secret Diary of an Exchange Student. And releasing August 19th is Like Crazy.
Releasing August 20th is Everything Will Be Fine, a Netflix series, along with Sweet Girl and The Chair, Netflix series starring our girl Sandra Oh,
Woo!
as well as The Loud House movie. It's a Netflix family film. Releasing August 23rd is The Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf, a Netflix
Oh my god,
anime.
I'm so excited.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm excited too now. Releasing August 24th is Augie Augie, cute little Netflix family film. Untold, Caitlyn Jenner, Netflix documentary. Releasing August 25th is Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal and Greed, a Netflix documentary. Clickbait, a Netflix series. John of God, The Crimes of a Spiritual Healer, another documentary. Motel Makeover, Open Your Eyes, Postmortem, No One Dies in Scarns, Rainbow High, Part 2, and more. And releasing on August 26th is Eden Zero, a Netflix anime, Family Reunion Part 4, Netflix family show. Releasing on August 27th is He's All That, the newest Netflix film. Shout out to TikTok star Addison Rae. Also, I Heart Arlo, a Netflix family film. And Titletown High, a new Netflix series. Releasing on August 28th is Bread Barbershop Season 2 and Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, a new Netflix series. Releasing August 31st is Sparking Joy, a Netflix series. And last but not least, Untold, Crime and Penalties, a new Netflix documentary.
Wow, that's a lot for Netflix.
Netflix always releases so much stuff each week, and it's all original content, which is crazy. Netflix, hire us. We will act for your new Netflix series.
Coming on Hulu, you all know it's the beginning of the month, which means only one thing. A handful of older movies that were just released from the vault, and some of those first of the month releases. That includes, are we there yet? Contagion. Yikes. I Know What You Did Last Summer. 1980s Mad Max. Rami Michelle's High School Reunion. The Babysitter's Club. Thelma and Louise. Watchmen, and Under the Tuscan Sun. Speaking of hot on Hulu right now is newly released Reservation Dogs, Dave, Every Breath You Take, Together, and American Horror Stories.
Which I still have to watch. What am I doing, Kristen? Coming to Hulu is a whole bunch of good content, finally, so be on the lookout for these hot ones coming to you this month. On August 12th, be sure to check out The Virtuoso, as well as Homeroom, a Hulu original that's supposed to slap. On August 15th, check out The Hate You Give. It's been around for a while, but still so good, so watch if you have not. August 17th is the series premiere of Bachelor in Paradise. August 18th includes The Marijuana Conspiracy, along with 9 Perfect Strangers. that super bizarre drama miniseries that will have all of us in the palm of their dirty famous hands. Love this star-studded cast. August 19th, be sure to catch Jungleland and We Broke Up. August 19th, be sure to catch Jungleland and We Broke Up on August 21st. August 23rd has got The Ultimate Surfer series premiere, and August 26th will release American Horror Story Season 10 premiere on FX and Archer Season 12 premiere on FXX. Woo! August 27th, be sure to catch Vacation Friends, a Hulu original starring none other than John Cena, who is on that comedy game, getting that bank, baby. And last but not least, the one we're most excited for, on August 31st, be sure to catch Only Murders in the Building, series premiere of this Hulu original starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. Honestly, cannot wait.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that too.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
On Disney Plus, Miss Doubtfire was just released for your viewing pleasure, along with Aquamarine and the Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Interesting. Weekly episodes of Turner and Hooch, Monsters at Work, and Chippendale, along with Star Wars Bad Batch. But coming to Disney on August 11th, be sure to catch the new series premiere of Disney Plus's original, What If? It's pretty exciting, I think.
I think it'll be good.
Releasing on August 18th is Diary of a Future President, Season 2 premiere. And Growing Up Animals, Season 1 premiere on Disney Plus. That's an original, y'all.
Yeah, I'm excited.
On August 27th, you can finally go ahead and watch Cruella for free, along with Dan in Real Life, Disney Princess Remixed, and Ultimate Princess Celebration and Underdog.
Woo! On HBO Max, some of the first of the month vault releases include, but are absolutely not limited to, Constantine, Dolphin Tale, Inception, Malcolm X, Scary Movie, Shawshank Redemption, and You've Got Mail. Trending right now is Gossip Girl, Suicide Squad, the new one, The White Lotus, A Different World, and funny enough, The Fast and Furious.
You know, HBO Max is like killing it.
They really are, honestly. It's because they got all those movie deals.
But coming to HBO on August 12th is F-Boy Island, a Max original. It's the season finale, though. The hype Max original season premiere, along with Titan season 3 premiere. And shout out to our girl Teagan Croft, who's killing it as Raven.
Ooh.
We're so excited for her.
Get it, girl.
Releasing on August 14th is Jurassic Park 1993 and Jurassic Park 3 from 2001. The Lost World Jurassic Park from 1997. It's kind of funny because we've tried to watch this before, but no streaming service had it. So now it comes on and we don't need it.
I know, right?
On August 15th is The White Lotus. It's a limited season finale.
So sad.
And releasing August 16th is Hard. Also, season 3 premiere of Top Gear. Releasing on August 17th is Godzilla vs. Kong 2001. For free, bitches!
Woo! I will finally be able to watch it. I still haven't watched it.
You haven't watched? Okay.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I got some work to do. Releasing August 19th is Eyes on the Prize, Hallowed Ground. It's a Max original documentary special premiere, okay? Looney Tunes Cartoons Back to School special, another Max original special premiere. And Marlon Wayans, you know what it is. Super excited for his little stand-up show. Also, still on August 19th, we've got Sweet Life, Los Angeles, a Max original series premiere. On August 20th, you can catch Half Brothers, Rifa, and Reminiscence. It's a Warner Brothers film premiere, which I haven't actually heard about, but it should be good. On August 22nd, catch 100 Foot Wave, the documentary series finale. On August 24th, you can watch Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, along with Stanley Tucci, Searching for Italy. August 25th, there will be Lincoln, Divided We Stand. August 26th, you can watch The Other Two, which is the Max Original Season 2 premiere.
And trending on Apple TV is Schmigadoon
Woo!
and Central Park, with new episodes weekly, as well as Mr. Cornman, also Ted Lasso,
Yeah.
Rose Byrne's Physical.
I still haven't watched that, but soon.
I haven't either, but Ted Lasso has my heart.
I'll do it. I'll watch it.
Watch it. Anyway, coming soon to Apple TV is Coda, season 2 of Truth Be Told on August 20th, and season 2 of C comes out August 27th.
And last but not least, Amazon Prime released a bunch of older movies straight from the vault, including Anaconda, Borat, Catch Me If You Can, Elektra, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Hook, all the Jaws films, Moneyball, Predator, Soul Surfer, Something's Gotta Give, The Roommate, and Water for Elephants. And trending on Amazon are Val and Jolt, which are honestly doing work as Amazon's sole new original releases. Other than that, they are lacking.
Yeah. Even with those other ones. Wow.
Yeah.
But, that's okay because they have some good releases that's coming our way, luckily. And releasing August 13th is Evangelion 3.0 plus 3.1. Thrice Upon a Time, Amazon exclusive, and Modern Love Season 2. That's an original series, too.
I'm so excited for Modern Love. It got me through quarantine.
Nice. Mine was Survivor. And also releasing August 20th is Annette, a Amazon original movie that's starring baby Adam Driver in this romantic drama. And it's a musical?
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
I can't wait to hear him sing.
I know. It should be good.
I hope he's on a horse, just like that Burberry ad.
He will be.
Singing. But also, there's a Killer Among Us on August 27th. Catch Pete and the Cat Back to School, Operetta. It's an Amazon original special. And The Courier.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what this Pete the Cat Back to School and Operetta, which means another singing. But you know what? I'm here for it.
It's a kid's show.
I know, right? We'll see.
There's no Adam Driver on the back of a horse.
We love Adam Driver. And now that you're up to date with what's trending, let's get into our second pick of the week, which I know you're all excited about. Suicide Squad.
Yes, Suicide Squad. So excited.
Beautiful.
Right? It runs 2 hours and 12 minutes of delightness.
Yeah, and you can watch it on HBO Max, baby.
And you all know who did this. Writer-director James Gunn.
It is starring Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Joe Canman, Sylvester Stallone, Viola Davis, Pete Davidson, Taika Waititi, and so many more people.
And HBO Max describes this as, from the horribly beautiful mind of writer-director James Gunn comes the superhero action adventure The Suicide Squad, featuring a collection of the most degenerate delinquents in the DC lineup, streaming through September 5th.
Woo! Oh my god. Okay, well, now it's your turn. What's 3 words to describe this film?
Fun, powerful, hilarious.
Yes. It was so funny. Like, I'm actually very surprised because I wasn't expecting it to be this funny.
Yeah. I'm excited that I watched this because I'm not much of a DC person. I don't really watch Spider-Man, Batman. I didn't watch any of the Harley Quinn movies. I like the Harley Quinn animated one from HBO Max.
Did you not watch Birds of Prey?
No, I did not.
It's actually so good, though.
Okay, well, I might have to watch it now.
You have to.
And I didn't watch the original Suicide Squad either, and this was fantastic.
Yeah, it honestly was. It was very good. I'm also not a superhero person. I normally do watch them. Honestly, I should be a superhero person because every time I talk about this, every superhero movie I watch, I get so into it. Like, I love the movie wholeheartedly. I really do. And I'm I'm an action person, but it deserves my wholehearted attention. And sometimes that's just so hard to do.
Yeah, and I'm excited to talk about this too because there's a lot of people who review this in a different kind of way than I think that we will because there's a lot of diehard DC, like comic book people out there. And now this dissectment of this movie is coming from 2 people who really aren't into those things, And so you really get to see what somebody who doesn't think like that, how they feel and of what they thought in the movie. And I think that says something to people who don't watch those sorts of movies.
Yeah.
Absolutely love this movie.
I feel like this movie, number one, if you guys don't know already, I'm a big sucker for the first 10 minutes of any film I watch, any show, anything. I'm a big sucker for you gotta hook me, you really do. And I loved this opening sequence. It was just so good. This film does what some people either do like or don't like, which is now let's go back in time. One of those yeah, this is crazy, huh? Well, this is what really happened 4 days earlier. And it kind of like goes back and forth in between present day, a couple days ago, past, future. Like, but
Meanwhile,
they set it up so well, which was one of my favorite parts of the entire film, which is letting us know what part of the movie we're watching, whether it's present day, 4 hours earlier, by using the environment. So every single time they were letting us know what part of the movie we're watching, they always use like either trees or fire or something within the environment, in the nature, to tell us where we were. And I loved it. Honestly, loved it. What was your favorite part?
that was your favorite part?
I mean, technically speaking, from a technical standpoint, that was my favorite part.
Okay, so technical speaking, I really love the colors that they chose for this film, like the color
Oh,
palette.
yeah.
The color palette was so beautiful and like oh, it was just like enriching for like a
Hmm.
dark I felt like it was like a dark comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um dark comedic comic, I guess,
Hmm.
cuz it's a comic book, you know. But
Oh my god.
I didn't know if you understood, so
No,
I had to
that's so
say
funny.
it.
I didn't understand it.
But yeah, I really love the color schemes and like the color palette that they use because it really helped like tell a story and like made you look in places that you probably wouldn't look.
Hmm.
Um, and it, yeah, that was my favorite technical aspect.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't even think about that.
Like
Wow,
that
Christina.
starfish, the eyeball, the color of the eyeball looks so
Yes.
good. Margot Robbie's dress, oh,
Oh,
the red.
that's so true. Wow, you're right. Oh my god. Now you're making me think of all the.
It's because I just think of costumes.
Yeah, but that's such a good like point of view. That's crazy. Wow. I will say one of my favorite parts of the film, in as just like my favorite part, is besides the hook, I'm also a big sucker for like any group scene when all the characters are in the scene at the same time. That's like where I thrive. Like I just love seeing all these different characters interact with each other. That's why I like hated Stranger Things season 2 when they weren't together, because I like when everyone's together. And I loved their whole like fight scene, and just like I just love fight scenes. I don't know what it is.
Girl, me too.
It's so not like me.
Man, it's hot. I love a good fight scene. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Exactly.
get him.
And that was definitely my favorite part, but like visually my favorite part was Margot Robbie with the birds. I have so many favorite parts. It's really bad.
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite parts too.
What were
Um,
yours?
one of mine is when she killed Homeboy.
Really? What?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it goes along with the quote that I found, and I was like, yes, this is my favorite. She
Mhm.
says, "I made a promise to myself that if I got a new boyfriend, I'd be on the lookout for red flags. I'd murder them, and killing kids is kind of a red flag." And then she fucking like shot him in the middle of his speech and did not even let him finish.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, they just had like this crazy wild sex all over the apartment, broke everything.
Mhm.
And then she's just like, "Oh, shoot."
That's so funny.
Red flags, boop boop. And
Which
I was
is
like,
literally, yeah.
"Yes."
And right before that is the bird scene, where it's like she did have a great part with him. Like they had a really good montage.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's very true. She did have really good lines in this film. And normally I'm
Yeah.
not a big Harley Quinn fan, but I think I kind of am.
I loved her in this. I think she's a fantastic Harley Quinn. Like I really liked
Oh
her.
yeah.
She's like, "Oh my god, you guys came for
You
me?"
were gonna come for me? I'll go back in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, she's such a good claps for
I
Margot
loved her.
Robbie. She
Yeah, I
is
loved her.
the best Harley Quinn. Like Birds of Prey, she's so good. All the everything she's Harley Quinn, she's so good. She
Well, I
did,
mean, she's one of the only ones that didn't get fired.
yeah. She did luck out. She lucked the fuck out because she plays it so well.
Mhm.
Ugh, we can go on and on about our favorite parts, but I really did love the rat girl.
Oh
She
my god, I
had
loved her too.
my favorite storyline. Um and I just
Mhm.
absolutely love that she's the one who got to save the day.
Yeah.
Like that just made me so happy, and like we get a lot of flashbacks from her character. Truly she's the main character. if you had to say who the main character was, I think it was her the entire time.
Mm,
I feel like
okay.
they focused on her so much. They gave her moments of backstory, and we got to see flashbacks from when she was a child, and you know, show her like upbringing with her dad, who was a heroin addict, and you know, she grew up in the slums of Portugal, and now she's a rat girl, and
Hmm.
she loves everyone so fiercely. She got the shark guy to come out of his shell and trust her and trust the entire group. They make this relationship, and it's all because of her. She was the main character in my opinion.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her, and I think they touched on some other people that a lot of people we don't really know that well, because like a lot of people
Hmm.
know Bloodsport and like Shark and Margot Robbie's character Harley Quinn,
Hmm.
but like the I can't remember Rat Girl's name, but looking at that you wouldn't be like, I know exactly who that is unless you're like a diehard comic
Hmm.
person. I feel like
Yeah.
so I feel like they had to touch base of her story, but I'm glad they did because I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's why.
I just love
I'm sad.
that also you know, was one of my favorite parts. The actual I keep saying one of my favorite parts because honestly,
Girl, you
there's
like this whole movie.
I did. I love this entire movie. There's nothing that I did not like. I can't name one thing I didn't like. That's a good question. Did you not like any part of this movie? What was it?
I didn't like the fact that I couldn't see John Cena.
What do you mean?
You can't see him. He's not there.
Oh my. No. No.
You can't see me?
Oh my god, that took me so long. Holy shit. Oh
That's perfect.
my god. Wow. That was really good.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
did
I
that.
thought of it on the spot.
You did that. John Cena was in this movie, and he actually was very good.
I did not have a bad. I think I enjoyed this entire movie. I don't think there was a part I did not like.
Yeah, me neither.
I wish there was more of it.
Same. I
I wish
think
this was the second one.
it was definitely the thing is it was definitely a little bit more shorter, I feel like, because I feel like most of these movies run so
It's two
long.
hours though.
I know, but I felt short. I don't know.
I think it's because we wanted more and more of it. I think very much enjoyed how there was two Suicide Squads,
Yeah.
and the first one just gets annihilated, except the first one that you think is dead.
Yes.
I was like, wow, that's so smart. And I love Pete Davidson. I think he's so adorable.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my boy, he's dead.
My boy.
No, my boy's dead.
Yeah, no,
Here
I
comes the boy.
stop. I absolutely think I 100% also agree. I love that we got to see two Suicide Squads in the beginning, and that's also in the hook. They make you think you're about to watch the Suicide Squad with Pete Davidson, who honestly, you know, he probably would have been good throughout the entire movie. We don't know. Who else was in it? Harley Quinn,
Werewolf
th-
thing.
this weasel,
Weasel, the weasel.
a weasel
Yes.
boy, and
What's his face with the white hair?
Boomerang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this one guy who just like I just love everything. They set it up so well. Oh my god, they make you think that one person's a main character, and it switches around and is like, just kidding, they're gonna die. It's
Mhm.
just so good. I'm gonna
Man.
walk away with this movie being like, this is such a good freaking, such a good damn
You
film.
know, you know who I was like I saw the titles go up and I was like,
Hmm.
Sylvester Stallone's in this?
Okay,
Who the hell is that?
same.
And then I was like, oh my god, he's the shark. Are you kidding me?
No,
You didn't know that? He's the shark.
no,
Yeah.
the whole time.
The whole time. Only half of it.
Oh my god, I had no idea. That
Isn't that
makes so
funny?
much sense. The shark was so cute, honestly,
King Shark?
so fucking good.
I thought he was so funny.
Oh, he was really funny. Honestly, gave all the comedic relief, 100%. Still, Sylvester Stallone gets to walk away from that film knowing that he made so many people laugh so many times.
Yeah, I'm baffled. It's better than when you found out that Vin Diesel was Groot.
Oh my god.
You know?
Yeah. because it's this, yeah, because it's just so weird to think that these characters are actually people are voicing these characters.
Yeah, and like I love King Shark. I think King Shark is one of my favorite ones, and it might just also be because like I love the animated Harley Quinn series on HBO Max, and his
Mm,
character is like so strong but so dumb.
yeah.
Like so dumb, like, oh, that's a flower.
He's so cute.
And like, but it's like it is so adorable. I think he's so adorable. And then you see that Sylvester Stallone is the voice of this, and he's like, oh, that fish, there's a fishy there.
That's my friend. Num nums.
Yeah. Nom
it's
nom.
it's very funny. I honestly, coming into this movie, I had no idea what any character, like, backstory. I have no idea who anyone is. Absolutely none. But watching it, I love John Cena's character. I felt like, he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Great body.
That's the only reason.
um Obviously love Idris Elba. Obviously also hot. Um, but I really have to
Mark
say,
Robbie.
Margot Robbie and the
Hot.
woman in this film took it for me. Margot Robbie, and she's Ratcatcher 2. They just keep calling her Ratcatcher 2 because her dad's Ratcatcher, which is like
Oh. I wonder if he's
obvious.
gonna come back.
Yeah, who
I'm just kidding.
knows?
I think he's dead.
Her name is Daniela Melchior though. And Taika Waititi played her dad. She was so good. The women in this were so good. And let's not forget Viola Davis.
Yes. Oh my God. I usually always love her in every single thing. And I
Mhm.
loved her in this. She was fantastic.
Oh
But
yeah.
I hated her. I was like,
Yes.
no.
Yep.
She made me so mad. But that's like, that's that's a great villain, you know?
Mhm.
Is you love
100%.
them because they're acting, but you hate them because they're hurting the people you want to live.
And I just love, the transition into each scene in this film was so perfect, so not choppy at all like Mallrats was. It was all concise, clear. The comedic moments were so perfectly timed in between all this freaking chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe that everything was just so, it honestly was so good. And I literally don't like superhero stuff. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, James Gunn gave us what we wanted through and
More.
through. Yes.
Absolutely.
And, speaking on the Mallrats thing, he gave us what we wanted for the women characters. You
Mhm.
know, there's this man who's giving us red flags who's like, oh, I want to marry you. And then talks about how he's killing these things. And she's like,
Mhm.
nope, I'm just going to fucking murder you right now. And we're like, yes,
So good.
somebody understands our mind.
Ugh. But then we have the Ratcatcher too, who's trying to make
Exactly.
everyone, she's the sweet soft spot in this
Mm-hmm.
group of hard people, and she's just, if I die cuz I gambled on love, it will be a worthy death. Like, are you kidding me? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? God. Ugh. Love her character. She did amazing. She performed very great. She's got a great success ahead of her, honestly.
Such a fantastic movie. There's like little, like just like little things that they do throughout the movie, just like little details that really pack on and add, and like even the little Easter eggs of like the different comic book characters that are
Mhm.
in jail. Just like the small little details of like nudging someone or showing affection, and you see this Suicide Squad of like people who are very hardcore, but then they're
Mhm.
showing this compassion and this vulnerability to these people that they probably shouldn't
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're all kind of bad people.
Yeah. And
And it's just such good storytelling and acting.
acting perfect. I couldn't have chose a better cast, honestly. I'm like trying to
Yeah.
think if there's one person I didn't like, but there's not, because everyone was just really good and they played it all well. I think my
Yeah.
favorite, I'm not gonna lie, I could keep saying my favorite part, but I did remember that one of my favorite actual parts where I was crying laughing was Mr. Polka Dot Man. Um, every time he had to use his powers, he had to see his mother. So I just love whoever freaking edited this film did a perfect job at putting this damn woman on every single character's like body. It was just so good. Like, the person also who played his mom, incredible. They chose the perfect person, and it just made me laugh
Right.
every time.
I
Oh,
think did just figure out, like, not figure out, but like remember what my favorite part of this whole thing is.
What is it?
So, you know, when they're going to save Flagstaff
Mm-hmm.
and they go through and they're like killing everyone in the camp.
Yeah.
And it's like these like hardcore, like they're killing them like real good, and they're
Yeah.
like stealthy, and like they're doing all their best moves, and they finally get there, and then they open the door, and like my first original reaction was like, oh my god, he's working for the other side.
Same.
And then they're like, what'd you do to them? And they're like, oh fuck, they realized that they fucked up and murdered everyone.
It was so badass.
It was so badass.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
you figure out that Peacemaker's the betrayer. You know?
God.
I was
Ugh.
like, oh my God, that is hysterical. Because imagine just being like, thinking for a second, like, are these good people or bad people? And then you kill all the good people.
But that's the thing too, because most of those people were like doing dishes or like taking a bath. Like everyone was so harmless.
Yes.
And they were just like, bah, bah, bah.
And like, but going in there thinking like, oh, they've got to save these people.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that until afterwards. I was like, oh, they caught him off guard. That's nice.
That's so funny.
And it's just because they weren't trying.
It's so stupid. God.
It's gold.
Whoever wrote this was just so perfect. I
Well,
just
he's
loved
not
it.
perfect, but
I mean, yeah, but like, you know.
the movie is
The
perfect.
movie is perfect. Yeah. The movie.
The creation of this baby.
And I just love how at the end of the day, it's just, if rats have purpose, so do we all. And that's a very good quote to live by. Save the rats.
Save the rats.
Rat City, baby.
Oh my God. We are the same person.
This is our movie.
Wow.
Ugh.
Oh, I had one more quote.
Yeah.
I love the rain. Wait, that's not the accent. I love the rain. It's like angels are splooging all over us. I can't say it. You do it.
I love the rain. It's like angels are splooging all over us.
I love the rain. It's like angels are splooging all over us. See, I can't do it.
You did it really well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cocomelon.
That's yours. Cocomelon. All the cruelty tears you apart after a while. She's just so good. God.
Yeah, good quotes.
So many good quotes in this film.
Who is your favorite character?
That's so hard, but I'm obviously going to choose Ratcatcher too. And that's just because she just like, it felt like her movie to me. And I feel like I just loved her story in terms of like her love. She made the group feel like a family because she was like, hey guys. Everyone else would have just been hard the entire time. Who was yours?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna have to go with Shark.
Yeah. He was so cute.
He didn't really do much. He just kind of walked around and like randomly like chopped people's heads off. Yeah. And he'd be like, nom nom.
There go nom noms.
Like, no nom nom. Or they'll point finally at the end they all came together and they're like nom nom.
It's so good. Ugh, guys, just watch it. We can talk about this all day. We can talk about this for another hour, but we're not going to. So you might as well just watch it yourself.
It's fantastic.
So good.
Great storytelling. Great beginning, middle, end.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the development of every single one of these characters. It's fantastic. Do you want to do a rating?
Oh my God, yeah, duh. I'm gonna, another 10 for me, honestly, because I had nothing wrong with this.
Oh my God, I was gonna do a 10.
It's a 10, guys. 10s all around. Woo!
Oh my God, it's like the Olympics over here.
It is. Ugh, good rating for Suicide Squad too. Watch it, guys. Watch it now.
And now that you're fully informed on everything that we have to say about the Suicide Squad,
our spotlight of the week is just a little shout out to our dear little baby friend, Teagan Croft. Obviously, go and stream Titans on HBO Max. It's a series original, Max original series. So, as you know, season 3 is coming out on August 12th. So please be sure to stream it. New episodes each week. And Teagan Croft, if you're listening, we love you, baby girl. You're doing great. She's also going to be in new Netflix film.
How exciting. She's going to be everywhere soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely, yes. So,
she's already amazing, but she's going to be everywhere.
Yeah. Give her a follow on Instagram at Teagan Croft. If you haven't, if you have, just like her posts whenever she posts about Titan season 3, and give it a watch, and then just let me know. Cool.
Also, be sure to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Obviously, rate your new favorite podcast up next.
And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and sometimes Facebook. And definitely be sure to check out all the other podcasts on the Press Play Podcast Network. We love you so much.
We do. Thank you for watching our episode 11.
Wow! See you soon, streamies. Bye.
Bye.